Hello everyone and welcome back to World Cup Gupshup on Voice aajKal. Our medium, your message. I'm Mehul and I'm back with another video on the ongoing T20 World Cup. I'm going to talk about Australia, the serial winners in cricket, and why I think they are poised to win this T20 World Cup. For me, Australia, while they have a strong squad, there are other teams as well that have strong squads. I'm talking about India, about England, even New Zealand to an extent, and even Afghanistan are pretty good on paper, but none of them have that extra edge that Australia have. And there are three key reasons as to why I think Australia are a step above all of them. The first thing that I think Australia have is adaptability. Australia have just an incredible number of in-game options to manage any different kind of situation that the team or the pitch throws at them. Throughout this World Cup, one constant theme has been the changing nature of surfaces. You have surfaces like Antigua, St. Lucia, where the ball absolutely flies. You would see 200 plus, 220 plus very easily. While you also have surfaces like Guyana, like New York, which are either incredibly slow or just in general pose very difficult conditions for batting in unique ways. Guyana is very spin friendly, and New York just has that little bit of stickiness inside the pitch that allows those cutters, that back of a length ball from the pacer to just hold on to the pitch. But Australia are well equipped to handle all of these situations, both in batting and in bowling. In batting, they have players at the top like Mitch Marsh, like Travis Head, like David Warner, who are equally adept at managing your 200, 220 kind of games by going extremely hard, while at the same time bolstering their middle order with players like Marcus Stoinis. Mitch Marsh is an adaptable player. All of these players, they are able to bat in difficult conditions equally well. I saw Stoinis' innings against England and I thought it was one of the best innings that has been played in this tournament yet. He came in when Australia were in a relatively difficult phase to bat in. I think the ball was just gripping a bit. The pacers were getting the ball to stick. But Stoinis just played an absolute blinder and he was able to change the momentum of the game. And Australia's middle order is just packed with those kind of players. That allows them to play a very different kind of batting game on any different surface. Then we come on to their bowling, which I think is just a wealth of options all around. Australia have at least 6 or 7 different profiles of bowlers in their squad. You have bowlers like Mitch Starc who can pitch the ball up and swing it. If you're playing in something like a St. Lucia or an Antigua, he is going to be the one who gets you wickets. You have Adam Zampa, who's an incredibly adept leg spinner capable of turning the ball on any surface. He's a genuine wicket threat anywhere he goes. Then you have adaptable pace bowlers like Hazelwood and Cummins, who are equally good at swinging the ball up front and also bowling those back of a length deliveries that just climb up on you and make it very difficult to slog you towards the long boundary. That combined with useful part-timers such as Marcus Stoinis and Glenn Maxwell, who are extremely useful, particularly on more difficult surfaces like Barbados and Guyana, where they can just get that ball to stick a bit, is what makes Australia an extremely dangerous bowling side. Then the second thing that I think Australia have is that they're incredibly tactically astute. I saw the way Australia managed that England game and I thought from ball 1 to ball 240, they had completely outsmarted England. In the first over that Will Jacks bowled, he was bowling towards the long boundary. And Travis Head, knowing that it was not a favourable matchup for him against that off spinner, decided to play out his over. But the second over that Will Jacks bowled was towards the shorter boundary. Travis Head and David Warner took him to the cleaners in that over. And that over changed the momentum of the game. At the same time, you saw even more tactical nous when they were bowling. When they were bowling, England got off to a really good start and they seemed poised to chase down the total. What Australia did was they brought on exactly the right bowlers at the right time. They brought on Stoinis in the middle, they brought on Zampa in the middle, and they allowed Cummins to be that middle overs enforcer. All of them bowled those back of a length deliveries that was sticking into the surface. And England, for the life of them, could not hit them. Moeen Ali, Liam Livingstone, Johnny Bairstow, they almost all seemed relieved to get out because they were just not able to get the Australian bowlers away. And that wasn't because Australia's bowlers were just that good. I think they just had incredible plans that they executed to perfection. The last thing that I think Australia have is that winning mentality. Australia know that if they execute their plans to perfection, there is nothing that can beat them. They have that self-confidence, they have that ability to play aggressive in any situation that is thrown at them. And combined with that tactical knowledge of using matchups at exactly the right time, and the fact that they can use those matchups. They have an off spinner in their side, they have a leg spinner in their side, they have a medium pacer in their side in Marcus Stoinis, they have two excellent middle overs and death overs enforcers in their side, and they have a guy who can swing that ball up front. You bring all these three things together, combine that with Australia's winning pedigree, and you have a team that is dead set to be the favourites in this competition. Australia are the team to beat.
Voice aajKal, our medium, your message.
VT Times. Be with the times.